Hey dear sis, welcome back to Animal Crossing. Doing things a little bit different this video. Well, first off, I am very patiently waiting for this present to arrive. But I'm going to be doing kind of some landscaping, kind of adding some more stuff onto my island, and I almost nearly forgot to shoot the balloon. That would not have been good. Waited all that time and then I wouldn't have gotten anything. So I'm doing something different, since it seems like the last couple of videos I've been showing you my typical normal routine, and this part's very important. I don't know, I had some fun. But I figured, you're probably tired of seeing me water flowers. So let's just watch me decorate. I have a whole bunch of items. I have a couple of ideas. Not everything's going to be executed the way I want, and that's a-okay. I'm one of those people who I can take my time decorating my island. I don't have to have it immediately done. That's not really a huge issue. Also, I look really cute. Just saying, I really, really love my outfit. I love all the greens, which is kind of sad because it feels more like a spring type of outfit versus it now being, well, not officially, but basically officially summer. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about hobbies. And this is 100% your fault, because you made a comment to me about this and I'm not gonna get over it. This is your fault. You said that I don't have any hobbies. Oh, this peach baby thing is really weird. Okay, ignoring that. So I don't really, oh my gosh. Okay, I was gonna say I don't really have hobbies. I do have hobbies. You tell me I don't. You don't tell me that I don't. You tell me that I have the same hobbies, boring hobbies, as you run off into the sunset with your new hobby, and I will stand by my opinion. You are very much like Mom. Because she seems to get a new hobby every couple of years, and that is you. You get a new hobby every couple of years. So I am going to list some of the things that I do, and these are just hobbies that I came across. And if you don't think these are qualified, quote-unquote, hobbies, you can go onto Wikipedia. Wikipedia has a list of like the most popular hobbies. So haha to you if you don't believe me on some of these. So I'm gonna start talking as I'm decorating my little space area here, or I'm looking to see what I've got. I'm probably gonna go over to the campsite next to put some items out. So first off, arts and crafts. You and I are both very artsy craftsy, but we both seem to do different arts and crafts. So we both dabble with drawing. I think you definitely do more drawing than me. Drawing is just something I kind of do every once in a great while. I'm more likely to paint. I think I prefer painting over drawing. And that means painting numerous things, whether it's painting a canvas, whether it's painting my nails, painting clay figure. I just like working with paints. I think they're a lot of fun versus just typical drawings. I don't know. Does that make sense? But I know that you also do dabble in drawing, and you do the Cricut machine stuff. I got you. So other things that I do is I make things out of clay. So I tend to really do that more so to make jewelry either for me or my friends. This also kind of goes alongside with something else I'm going to mention in just a little bit. So I like making things out of clay, and then that kind of connects with the painting. Jewelry. I make jewelry. I haven't made jewelry in a while though, so I understand why you may not think of this one as really a hobby, but it is still a hobby for me. I've got lots of beads. I've made things before. I made you things before. Things that you do still have, and I really appreciate that you still have. And I have a couple of things that you've made me too, jewelry-wise. I think the one thing that survived the years is, I don't know if you remember it, you got a kit to make animals, and it came with the thinnest wire, I swear, that ever existed, and you made me a frog. But this frog was so fragile that if I wore it, he would have died. So he's kind of in a box somewhere in my room because I didn't want him to get hurt. But he's extremely fragile. Anything, I think you tried making a couple different things, and they all kind of just died a little. But I still have that, but I still make jewelry. Another thing, and this is kind of coming back in with clay, is I make cosplays. I go to conventions a lot. You've been to a couple of conventions. It's not really your scene, but I think if someone was appearing or if there was an event you really wanted to go to, I'm pretty sure you would go, as you had before in the past. So with cosplays, I tend to either make my own costume, which is kind of rare for me to actually make the entire costume. I've only done that once or twice. I think twice. More often, I'll take clothes that look similar to what I want to wear, and then I'll rework them. I'll re-sew the edges, I'll cut it, design it, things like that. So I do work with sewing. I do know my way around a sewing machine without any kind of actual lessons on the sewing machine. Same with you. You also kind of know the sewing machine a little bit as well. Especially more recently since you have been making masks. So, you know, you've got that down. But I have made clothes. Again, the clothes don't always look super great, but I know kind of what I'm doing. I have more of a better idea of what I'm doing. But in regards to the clay bit, I do make my own cosplay props. So sometimes I do use clay for that. I've used foam, I've used wood, I've used LED before in one in particular. So, and other than that, with arts and crafts, I mean, I've made pillows before, I've done stuff with foam boards, I've done some other things with fabric. So again, you and I are both artsy craftsy, but you're more artsy craftsy in the way of like digital media. I think because again, you do use the Cricut machine, you've made cards, and you definitely, I'm pretty sure you draw a lot more than me. So, but just different areas. So see, I have different hobbies. I don't always, having a hobby doesn't mean that you're consistently doing it. I don't always make jewelry. I don't always make clay. I'm not always working on cosplays. So, just because you told me I don't have that many. So how many did I already list right there? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5, 6, 7, 8? Because I mentioned the nails. That's a lot of hobbies. And that's not even halfway through my list. I'm proving a point here, okay? So just deal with it. You gotta listen to me. Another one, this is one that we both share, even though you're probably gonna say I don't, is photography. I was into photography a lot earlier than you, so and even though, yes, you do have the better camera, it's not about the camera. It's about the kind of pictures you want to take. And yes, while I would love to have a better quality camera, I don't really need a better quality camera. So, but we both dabble into photography. I definitely started it. You're just copying me. I'm starting fights, aren't I? If you do ever watch my video and you comment back, you have to let me know because oh my gosh. Okay, so that's a thing. That's a thing. Video games, we both obviously play video games as a hobby. I definitely play video games, again, a lot more than you. And I think that's just because I definitely clammed on when we were kids. I think I would like to say that we both played the same amount of video games as kids. But then as we grew older, I think you developed other interests. And I still stuck with video games just because I was really having a lot of fun and I started to really get into a lot of the single player type of games. So that is one that we both have the same hobby, but again, I definitely am superior in that. I've mentioned before with our videos too, like my videos are quantity, your videos are quality. So people can, if they do want to watch us, they can choose. Do you want to hear my annoying voice every video, or do you want something that's more clean cut from you? Let the people decide. But either way, I'm still the more the video game queen. I'm also the minigame star queen, and haha, you can't beat me at Mario Party like that. Another one is the internet. Again, another one that both you and I share, and a lot of people nowadays do. We go on the internet, we browse, we use social sites, we use it for streaming. I know I've made edits. There was a time ago that I used to make icons actually for certain websites. So sometimes I've made icons like that. I've made wallpapers before. Ooh, now I'm gonna decorate my little area here. I'm thinking about actually changing this area up, but for now, I'm just gonna kind of play some quote-unquote summary stuff, and I'm gonna work on it later. But I've made wallpapers before. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I still will dabble into creating edits. So this is kind of similar more to what you were doing at the arts and crafts, but with digital media. A good example of this is I make the header, and I've made the icon for the channel. And for those that don't know, I'm actually the one who makes the title cards for the videos, for both yours and mine. And that's just because I like it. I just think it's kind of fun. I'm not very good at it, but I like it. I think it's great. I've done that too with again, other social media sites that I have. I've made my own headers and I've made my own icons because it's really not that difficult. And really the big thing is so long as you're not using somebody else's art or somebody else's designs and stuff, then that's obviously a problem, especially if you're not giving credit, or especially if they require it. So I only ever use things that I've made myself, or things that are from official sources, you know. So if I'm editing a picture of, I don't know, Princess Ariel, then I'm using a picture of Princess Ariel from Disney. I'm not using somebody's fan art, for example. But I do that a lot. I don't think you really do that at all, or very rarely. In that kind of style, I mean. So other than that, what else do I have on my list? Because I'm proving a point to you that nobody's going to understand, but you. Writing. I do a lot of writing, actually, just for fun. Creative writing. I know you do creative writing as well. I think we're both pretty even on that. Another thing is exercise. I know it doesn't really seem like I exercise a whole lot, and I know you are like the queen of outdoors, but I do like biking. Biking is considered a hobby. It's an activity. It's an interest. I'm more than happy just to go biking if somebody invited me. A hobby that I have that you don't, definitely 100% for sure, is astronomy. I like stargazing. I like going outside. I like picking out stuff. I even have the laser pointer where you can point at the sky and you can see the green line. I'm really terrified to use it at home just because the big thing with those kind of lasers is you can't shine them at an airplane because it can affect them. But I don't. sounds very fake, but I don't. There are laws. They're not outlawed to have, but they can be a problem. You're not supposed to shine them in front of somebody's face. But whenever I go to stargazing events, there are a lot of people who have them and will use them, and really you're only using it for a couple of seconds, maybe at most 10-15 seconds, and you're never pointing it at an object in the sky. It's just to use as an instructional tool so people can understand where you're looking and what you're learning. But astronomy is a big one of mine. Another one, and this is one that I know you've done. I don't know if this is like really a hobby. I know you've done this for school before. But surprise, surprise, I actually press petals. Yes, I do. If you don't believe me, again, if you actually do watch this video, if you ever do watch my videos, ask me. Ask to see my bag. Ooh, I have the moon. See, astronomy stuff. I love it. Ask me to see my bag. I have a whole bag full of pressed petals that I have collected over the years of like the fancy flowers that we may have gotten from relatives, or if I bought flowers and brought them home before I've pressed them, and it actually is a really nice smelling bag. It's not as fancy as the little machine thingy that you've got, but I've been doing it since I was 10, 11. Not very often, but it does exist. It is a thing I have And tattoos. I do collect like temporary tattoos, which is an interest. Because that's what a hobby is. A hobby is like an activity, interest, or a pastime that you do just for fun, or you do it because it relaxes you. That's the whole point of a hobby, you know? And while some of these hobbies I definitely have had since I was younger, like the stargazing, the pedal pressing, the photography, other ones are newer. I didn't really start working with clay stuff until I was in high school. The internet is also something that's newer. Neither of us were really super gung-ho on the internet until we actually had our own computers. More recently, probably I would say, is more of the editing for me and the writing. You know, there's a couple other things I would want to do, but there's so many good things out there, you know? And I know you're trying to be the jack of all trades, master of none, but I am very picky in what I want to do. Ooh, a balloon again. So now we're going to patiently wait because now we're at the end of the video. I've used up this entire video. Also, this video is shorter. You're welcome. I listened to you. So, you have to talk to me later about everything, okay? That's it. You have to talk to me about everything. This is kind of cute. This is kind of a cute dress. Alright, sis. So that's the end of this. I will talk to you later. Bye!